Now at 5, a new childhood learning center holds a ribbon cutting in Neodesha, Kansas. Plus, Kansas City University students clean up around Joplin as part of the We Care program. And area kids take part in a cleanup around Prairie State Park.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Crawford County Prosecutor's Office has formally charged 2 people with aggravated endangering a child and interference with law enforcement officers' felony warrant service. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Anthony Saviello. On Wednesday, Crawford County detectives and deputies responded to a McCune home for a welfare check of 4 children. They got to the home on the 800 block of South 30th Street and after investigating, removed the children from the home and arrested 42-year-old Clayton F. Hyben and 48-year-old Athena A. Siu. Sheriff Danny Smith said, quote, "The children were removed from the home and placed into police protective custody. They were later released to relatives." We'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty for a first look at weather.
Well, it turned out to be a great day outside for us today. Again, temperatures fantastic across the region as we did go 80 to about 82 degrees for afternoon highs. 81 in Joplin, 78 in Pittsburgh, so we are well below where we should be for this time of the year. Look at this, Iola 73, 74 in Yates Center, 83 in Bonita Anderson, Southern County sitting at 84 degrees and a light northerly wind, 5 to 10 to 15, but it looks pretty good as we go through the evening hours. We do have a lot of mid and upper level clouds kind of streaming in, even a random little shower in our western counties, but most of that will fall apart as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight, but it will give us some rain chances over the weekend. Through the evening, sliding back through the 70s into the 60s, a nice evening. Of course, we're gonna look at your weekend here in just a bit.
All right, Doug, thanks. A new facility in Neodesha is making early child care more accessible. A new early learning center is coming to Neodesha. The facility will bring 99 more slots for child care to the Neodesha community, addressing the child care desert. The early learning center will offer curriculum and activities for ages birth through 5.
The little things that infants can work on, even up to toddlers, their milestones, if they're lifting their head, if they're rolling over, if they're grasping, they're very important for their developmental milestones. So even starting that young, we start to make them little, just perfect little humans.
The new Early Learning Center is hoping to officially open their doors this August. KCU students got a little dirty today at the Casa Center in Jasper County as they immersed themselves in multiple community service activities through a program called We Care. The We Care program involves first-year medical and dental students in their quest to help foster and abused children in the community. The students completed several duties like cleaning toys, bathrooms, and pulling weeds in a garden.
I hope that when these students leave here today, they have a better understanding for our mission. CASA is active here in Jasper County, but it's also in communities all across the United States.
Jasper County CASA empowers local volunteers to serve as advocates for children living in the foster care system. This morning, kids were invited to the Prairie State Park in Minden Mines, Missouri to learn about nature's cleanup crew. The crew includes wetlands, possums, vultures, dung beetles, and mushrooms, each one providing its own special purpose to the functionality of our nature and wildlife restoration.
Nature's cleanup crew is the thing that filters our water, removes toxins from the environment, cleans up the garbage and the dead bodies of animals and things like that.
And the giving didn't stop today. Access Family Care in Joplin hosted a free lunch for the community. The public was invited out to fill up on hot dogs, chips, and drinks. The healthcare provider also provided gently used clothing, which was free to anyone who needed it.
And it's not right for kids to have to go to school if they can't be accepted for who they are. So unfortunately, as we all know, kids can be mean and bullying is a big issue. Clothing is a part of that. So we're trying to address that issue by making sure that every child in Jasper County has great clothing to start the new year with.
Visitors to the event could also receive free information on healthcare, wellness, and prevention, covering everything from diabetes to cancer to HIV. Next in Health Watch, how new techniques in surgery are helping those with deviated septums. Topping today's Health Watch, the CDC is warning that a multi-state listeria outbreak linked to boar's head deli meat is continuing to make people sick. At least 9 more cases have been reported, with a total of 43 hospitalizations and 3 deaths. The CDC says you should throw away or return recalled products, and if you brought them home, thoroughly clean your fridge. New data from the CDC shows the U.S. death rate decreased by 6% in 2023. The deaths from COVID-19 were nearly 70% lower than in 2022. While the COVID-19 virus continues to circulate, the virus dropped from the 4th leading cause of death to 10th place. Scientists at North Carolina State University have created a bandage that uses an electrical field to help heal chronic wounds. In animal testing and electric bandages, the healed wounds 30% faster than conventional bandages. They say they're inexpensive to manufacture and easy to use at home. The team hopes to do clinical trials with the tech-boosted bandages coming up soon. Many people with deviated septums don't know they have one or realize how much it's impacting their quality of life. But doctors say for the right patient, an hour-long operation can be life-changing. Dr. Malika Marshall has more on how smaller incisions and new techniques to control bleeding are making recovery much easier.
Part of the job of a firefighter is to sniff out danger, which was always a challenge for 41-year-old Cliff Silva.
I will enter the building and say, well, I don't smell anything. And then everyone else comes in and they say, well, it's definitely here and we have to go find it.
Little did he know he had a structural problem.
I would take a deep breath and I would have one side of the nose and didn't really realize that that was wrong.
24-year-old Valerie Shaw's nostrils would collapse on both sides, making it hard to breathe and smell.
My mom would always tell me that the scents in my car were too strong.
Both Valerie and Cliff had deviated septums.
Deviated septum surgery has been around for decades, but new improvements have made it a lot less painful and more effective.
I think it's come the furthest of any surgery that I do in 10 years.
Dr. Linda Lee is a facial plastic surgeon at Mass Eye and Ear. She says the key is selecting the right candidates.
We understand who to operate on and who not to. We can't cure snoring, we can't cure allergies. So it's got to be a very distinct deviation in order to improve.
Nostril breathing is important for smell and taste, sleep, exercise, mood, and possibly cardiovascular health.
I know that not only is it a quality of life thing, but I truly know you are healthier now.
Dr. Lee operated on both Cliff and Valerie, which they say was life-changing.
I did this to live and breathe, and it made an unbelievable difference.
It was like a whole new world. I was like, I really couldn't breathe out of my nose before this. I can smell colors.
Colors, and finally, the air fresheners in her car. Dr. Malika Marshall, CBS News, Boston.
If you think you have a deviated septum, doctors say consult a plastic surgeon to make sure you're a good candidate for surgery. And in some cases, patients can also have cosmetic work done on their nose at the same time. That's a look at today's health news. A little later, the latest on the path of destruction caused by Hurricane Debbie.
Plus, our temperatures still look pretty good as we head into the weekend. Some rain chances. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a nice Friday for us today. Still, temperatures great across the region after we got our cold front through during the middle of the work week. And of course, our temperatures have been much more pleasant since that point in time. Looking outside, here's a nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. But you can see a few mid and upper level clouds kind of pushing through. But overall, it's turning out to be a nice Friday afternoon. New drought tracker is out. We haven't had a lot of rain this week. The entire area is dry now. And we have a moderate drought, which is kind of sneaking into southeastern Kansas. So we want to watch this as we get a little bit deeper in the month of August. Now, we are going to have some rain chances as we go through the next few days, which is good news. 77 Nevada, 81 in Monette. Grand Lake, it's 84. Pittsburgh, 78. 79 in Neodesha, so very comfortable for early August. 81, 7th and Rangeline. North winds at about 10, so that northerly wind gives us a little bit of a breeze. We're going to slide back through the 70s, 60s as we go through the evening hours. So if you are going to be out this evening, looks fantastic. Humidity is fairly low, so it's not bad. We do have some mid and upper level clouds streaming in. You can see a couple little sprinkles pushing into our western counties. Most of this rain is going to fall apart before it makes it in, but we may get a random sprinkle or two as we go through the evening hours. But here's our area of high pressure, western parts of Texas. So we get these weak waves that rotate around and will give us some on and off chances for a few showers as we go into the weekend, which we could use a little bit of rain. Pretty quiet tonight. We'll call it partly cloudy skies. We're going to stop at 6 a.m. You can see some showers out to our west. These are going to push east, again kind of fall apart, but we could get a random sprinkle through the morning hours. Here's the noon hour tomorrow. In the afternoon, a little better shot to get a few hit and miss, very light showers that will push through and be out of here once we get into tomorrow evening. Let's go through the overnight hours tomorrow night. Scattered showers, even a few thunderstorms, start to pick up in our far southern counties, but most of us will stay dry. These could sneak up into southeastern Kansas, but that would be about it. On Sunday morning, a bigger batch of showers, even some thunderstorms, roll in, but again, mainly affect the southern half of the region. So here's about the noon hour on Sunday, and then these push out once we get into Sunday evening. So at least some hit and miss chances for rain over the next 2 days. And then we do this again. So let's go into Monday morning, a little better chance for widespread rain across the region, which would be nice. So potential rainfall, fairly light as we get into Saturday, fairly light as we get into Sunday, but a little better chance to get some widespread rain as we go into Monday morning, which would be very beneficial for us. All right, for the weekend, look at these temps. 79 tomorrow, 79 on Sunday. We are going to have those clouds, hit and miss, random showers, but overall, it looks pretty good. Temperatures are going to warm back up, back to 88 on Monday. A few pop-up storms lasting into Wednesday, but pushing 100 again by next Wednesday, and then we cool back down a little bit for the second half of next week. But yeah, if you get a chance, get outside and enjoy these wonderful temperatures over the next couple days.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a chill this morning as I was walking out the door.
It's been kind of nice.
Yeah, it has been. Thanks, Doug.
Yep.
Don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone, free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. The KOAM Skywatch weather app. Now to the latest in what was Hurricane Debbie. The storm, now weakened to a tropical depression, is making its way up the eastern part of the country, but not before leaving a lot of water and damage in the southeast. CBS's Jared Hill has more.
This morning, Lumberton, North Carolina is drying out after Debbie, now a tropical depression, dumped more water on the southeast. High water in the small town of Bladenboro, North Carolina, meant another day of cleanup for store owners. Some, like the medicine shop, the only pharmacy in town, say they can't close their doors.
It's a business that we need to keep running. We can't just shut it down because people are going to be needing their medicines here pretty soon.
Debbie once again turned deadly. Authorities say a 78-year-old woman was killed when a tree fell on this home in Rockingham County, bringing the storm's overall death toll to at least 7. But in Raleigh, 3 children nearly swept away in a rushing creek were saved by first responders.
We just one at a time fell again.
Now, Debbie's deluge moves north. Overnight, cars in Ohio were left stranded in flooded roads, and parts of the Northeast are bracing for high water. New York's Governor Kathy Hochul is urging caution, especially upstate.
We expect up to 6 inches of rain in some parts of our state. That'll mean 2 inches per hour, which is fairly cataclysmic.
For folks flying, more headaches with nearly 9,000 U.S. flights delayed Thursday, and more expected today.
Coming up, buying a home in 2024 has been a struggle.
Can't afford a home in this market? I'm Danya Backus in one of the most unaffordable counties in the nation with a look at the challenges for house hunters.
Topping today's Consumer Watch, home prices hit record highs this year. Mortgage rates remain high and home insurance is on the rise. That's making it much harder for Americans to buy a home, especially in highly populated areas. CBS's Danya Backus looks at just how unaffordable homes have become.
be your living room.
Michelle Burson has spent 2 months looking for a new home for her family in Orange County, California.
It's a little bit like a treasure hunt. You know, we are trying to find that perfect home within our budget.
A budget that has doubled. She's now looking in the $2 million range.
It's been one of those stories where we probably should have done this about 5 years ago, but we are those people that waited for the bust to happen, and seemingly it's not going to happen anytime soon.
Real estate analytics firm Adam looked at 589 U.S. counties and found 80% are considered unaffordable. In 2021, Americans in those counties were spending about 21% of their income on housing costs. Now that number has jumped to about 35%. Orange County has one of the largest concentrations of people living in an unaffordable area.
The average price point right now is about $1.2 million in the Orange County area.
Bree Moore is a real estate agent with Bullock Russell Real Estate Services.
$1.2 million. Does that get you a 5-bedroom home or a 2-bedroom townhouse?
So 1.2 is going to get you around 3 bedroom, 2 bath.
He's had several clients who have been priced out of the market.
At one point I had 10 clients that were looking to buy and they wanted to wait for a while. But as soon as rates started going up, prices started going up, it was kind of pushing them out of the market, unfortunately.
For Burson, home buying this time around has been more competitive.
We have put offers in on 2 homes so far, and we were outbid.
She's now thinking about this home, but plans to keep looking. Danya Backus, CBS News, Orange County, California.
Some customers of Cash App, the mobile payment transfer system, could receive as much as $2,500 thanks to a legal settlement. Lawsuits were filed against Cash App when a former employee of Cash App gained access to customer data without permission. Plaintiffs also say Cash App and parent company Block failed to properly handle complaints on the breaches. Cash App and Block settled complaints for $15 million and deny wrongdoing. Customers must have accounts from August 2018 through August 2024. Involved customers should have received a mailed or emailed notice and can file up through November 18th. The Federal Communications Commission proposes new rules, including a definition for AI phone calls and requiring companies to disclose the use of AI. The agency says the proposed rules will give more clarity to consumers when they are receiving AI robocalls. The announcement follows another FCC proposal to ban robocalls that use AI-generated voices. AAA is reminding people about road safety as the start of the school year approaches. According to AAA, crashes are one of the leading causes of death for school-aged children. For pedestrians, it's important to remember to pay attention at all times and to use sidewalks when available. And drivers, eliminate distractions, slow down, and come to a complete stop. We have a full list of back-to-school road safety tips on our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Final check of the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, we'll have details on KOAM News at 6. We'll have more on the new Early Childhood Learning Center in Neodesha, Kansas. Plus, an Oklahoma mother files a lawsuit saying a teacher's aide assaulted her child. And Webb City Little League Baseball play in the Midwest Region Championship game for a chance to go to the Little League World Series. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. It's been really nice outside.
Yeah, a very comfortable day for us today, and we're going to have a really nice evening as well if you want to get outside. Temperatures are going to slide back through the 70s into the 60s. 79 tomorrow, 79 on Sunday, so temperatures stay great over the weekend. We are going to have some hit and miss showers. The better chances to get some rain into the region is going to be Sunday night and then heading into Monday morning. Heating back up next week.
Could always use a little bit more rain. All right. Thanks, Doug. Thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. Of course, we'll be right back here at 6 for KOAM News. We'll see you then. Have a great evening.